All right, welcome to Tech Stocks and Jobs. If you haven't heard about us, now you have. This week, we got a packed show. Give you a little bit of insight on what we do. Basically, we're looking at different Fortune 500 companies, even Fortune 1000 companies, SPACs, and looking at their ticker symbol, and then also looking at what kind of jobs they offer, what kind of jobs are available. Also, we're also looking at the skills that you're going to need in order to get those particular jobs, or at least apply for them. And then we just want to make you aware, and also just look at it as an investment into yourself, and if you want to make investments into the company as well too. So let me pull up everything and we'll get going here. Let me pull this up. And how's everybody doing today? If you didn't catch our episode from last week, you missed out. Last week was a good episode. Let me put this over here so it's not in the way. And then let's get over here and start doing our search. Now, for those of you that are new to the channel as well, we also, make sure you click like, subscribe, and also hit the notification button. And also we also have a Slack group as well too, and we teach on every Wednesday from 7 to 9. From 7 to 9, we talk about everything from how to get a job to training in Linux to DevSecOps. We also even talk about bring people in to talk about different jobs at their company, from Netflix to Rackspace to whoever I can get my hands on that has jobs that are out there that's available. We try to at least bring that in so you can get real world experience. You can get real world and what's going on in the companies, and you actually can talk to somebody physically who's at the company and working. So that's just a little bit about us. But last week I want to talk about what one of the big ones that we had, and that was Black Sky. And I don't know if any of you are familiar with this. It's on last week's episode. So I did a little digging this week on Black Sky. And let me click over here. Let me pull this up. So I went and looked up what kind of contracts they already have. So if you didn't know, Black Sky already has government contracts. And let me pull this up right here. And I'll bring this over here. So check it out. Black Sky, multiple award schedule, where they're located at, the contract number, and so forth, 5 years, so forth and so on for that. And the way I found this, because so a little bit background, they're launching 25 satellites around the globe, just as an initial launch. They've been, as you can see here, they're estimated to be at 1.5 billion. But what's really cool about it is that they're doing AI with the satellite imagery. And so they have big plans for this AI, down to, how you move, where you're working out at, how cars are moving, traffic patterns, weather patterns, the whole nine. So they already have a government contract. So let me look and see if I can find another one. So like here, NASA, Black Sky awarded NRO commercial imagery contract. That was 2019. So they're already in the government contractor. So look, including 60 owned satellite constellations with a diverse set of real-time and sensitive data, such as social media, news, and other data feeds. This was in 2019. So all right. So I just want you to be aware what's going on, especially when we're talking about satellite launching. And this episode this week is heavy on a couple of the satellite launchings. I don't want to say launches, but a couple of satellite SPACs that are actually coming out. So just want you to be aware of that. All right, so let's get in. I just want to rehash Black Sky in case you wanted to check out their SPAC. Is their ticker symbol is BKSY. BKSY is their ticker symbol that will be publicly traded if not already. All right, so now this week we're gonna look at KRR. All right, let me bring up KRR. All right, BKSY is Black Sky's ticker symbol. KRR. KRR is a backed property group that weighs that in the U.S. that's listing via SPAC. You can check out here. They're actually from Singapore. They do online they basically do online real estate. So I went and checked out their website. So let me grab their website here and put it here. All right. Oh, just want to make sure you're human. See, we didn't have that the last time. Let's go over here. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what that is. So when we see all these pop-ups, when you see here, they're basically kind of like I guess you could call them like Zillow if you want to. But they're back, and I think from reading, they're actually trying to launch here in the U.S. as well too. So check out KRR. Then let's go check out their listings for their, and I'll give their how much their SPAC is worth. We'll do that in 1 second. But let's check out their careers. All right, so here's their career. So 1,200 gurus, 27 nationalities. Here's their jobs. Right now, they look like they're all based out of India, Singapore. You see Jakarta. And if we just do this like project management, we can just go down here and just click project management. You see they got project management in Singapore. Let's go back over here. Let's do technology. So those that are looking to get away and maybe gonna want to work overseas, looking for a senior back-end engineer, front-end developer. Let's look and see. Let's look at technical lead, and then we'll look at lead data scientist. Let's look at technical lead. Let's see if we can find out what their tech stack is. And let me blow this up a little bit in case you can't see that. All right, so PropertyGuru, blah, 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 responsibilities. Okay, high performance team, management life cycle, blah, blah, blah. 8 years of experience, multiple levels. I don't see anything is like sticking out to me right now is like what their technology stack is. Let's go back and let's see if we can find, let's look at software engineer. All right, on the software engineer side, okay, LAMP stack. All right, Node.js. Okay, they're in AWS. They're using Kubernetes, GitHub, Jira, Confluence, Symfony, ExpressJ, creating APIs, microservices, REST architecture. William, you would love this. Scrum methodology, XP, so extreme programming, technical practices, unit testing, pair programming, self-motivated person. So that gives you an idea where they're at. And you also see database design and optimization with MySQL and MongoDB. So they're looking for a variety here. But it doesn't sound like they're in a multi cloud environment. Sounds like they're strictly AWS. They're Docker and Kubernetes. You can again go to the Linux Foundation and get that. You could go to kubernetes.io and start learning about Kubernetes as well too. Do it anything else that just randomly sticks out to me. Object-oriented programming. I'm sure you all have heard of object-oriented programming. If not, well, we could post some links there inside the channel and inside the Slack inside of here to go over that. So that is KRR. So let's look up KRR SPAC. All right. So let me see. Yeah. Not that one. Not that one. Best specs to buy. Nah, not coming up. Let me go look in my email and see if we can find out about KRR. Hold on one second. Let me get my other link up here. And let's look up KRR. Oh, thanks, Steve. All right. Let's go and find it. See if I got any more information. I don't feel like I do, but I just want to double verify. Let me see. I didn't see any numbers. Yeah. It just says KRR PropertyGuru said to weigh U.S. listing via SPAC, Singapore online real estate firm backed by KR and Company and TPG Capital. So you may want to look up TPG Capital. And they're considering a U.S. listing through a merger with a special purpose or SPAC. Let's go here and read news here. Back to the original page it was on. Valued at $1 billion. And here's the founders, Steve Mulish and Johnny, I was gonna call him Renton, then I'm just screwing that all up, but Ratuitin, in 2007, they're a household name, including Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Thailand. They look like they were going to try to go public in Australia. They are going to try to go public here, which means they're probably going to have some U.S. Building here, probably getting some buildings and starting recruiting here in the U.S. So again, just something to think about when you're looking at these. All right, that's KRR. All right. So next up after KRR, we have Helbiz, HELBBIZ. So let me pull that up. This is an e-scooter company, and they are Italian. So let's pull them up. All right. So Italian operations, and I got some videos for this too. This is a little small on screen here. So I'm looking at it. Okay, so they're going under the Green Vision acquisition, GRNV. They were announced, and this was March the 1st. They were announced. 400 e-scooters in Palermo, the heart of Sicily. In the video, you'll see them riding around. It looks like a bike, actually. So a little bit about it is the cost to use the service. Initial cost is €1 for unlocking and 15 cents for every minute of use. Users can subscribe, so you can get a subscription at roughly €30, excuse me, a month, which offers unlimited number of daily trips lasting 30 minutes, at least 20 minutes apart, kind of short. So it's really strictly for city. And a telepass with 30 minutes of free trips. Now the question is how, I would have like, how do you from look, I don't think you have to charge it. I think you're just riding a bike. This would look like to me. All right, so they got a little bit more information about it. D can drop the links inside the chat if you want to look up more of it. All right, so let's look at another some other information on this. All right, micro SPAC Green Vision, it soared 14% after hours in the merger. They have 80 million in cash, estimated equity value of 408 million, cash proceeds to fund operations, support growth, repay debt, and general corporate purposes. Proceeds will be funded through the green acquisition of 57.5 million in cash into a trust account. There also leverages low CAC growth, penetration, and user base, cross-sell additional high margins, public transportation, and integration of ticketing. So here's a little look at what it looks like. So they're doing micromobility, advertisement, payments, and food. So this is what they're targeting in terms of how they're going to make their money. We see here our vision. All right. So that's a little bit about them. Let's I think I have a quick little video of it here. Wasn't too exciting on the video, but at least gives you an idea of what it looks like, what it is. 50 seconds. So this is the video of it. And I'm assuming on this they're recording GPS movement as well too, because it looks it looks a little thick right there in the center as she's moving. So I'm assuming they got some type of GPS to see like where everybody is going and so forth, and the times, and also keeping up with the bikes as well too, in case it gets stolen. So little things like that. So again, like I said, wasn't that exciting, but that's a little bit about the bike. All right. So now let's look at and I'll tell you why I'm thinking about this. Why they're collecting that data. I'll show you in a minute. So let's look up their jobs. So the jobs that they have, they got an intern out of New York. Remember, they are made out of Italy. A senior proposal writer, customer support, Belgrade. Corporate stuff, they're looking for executive assistants, a country manager. Never heard of a country manager, but now you know. Engineering and data, Android software development, IT, back-end product, QA, technical support. They're looking for finance people in Alexandria. They're looking for a field technician, a fleet technician. So that means when I hear that, they're launched here in the US already. A dispatcher, a fleet technician for e-bikes and e-scooter. They're in Gainesville, Florida. They're in Jacksonville, Florida. They're in Miami, Florida, and New York, Oklahoma City, Richmond, Tampa, DC. So those are the markets that they're already in. All right. So so they're already here. Let's look up, like I always try to do, let's look up their tech stack. Let's see where they're doing engineering out of. Let's see. Technical support specialist, product backend developer. That should work. JS, REST API, NoSQL, excuse me, Postgres SQL and MongoDB, deep understanding of dev, test log and CI/CD monitoring, CLI tools, familiarity with Unix like operating systems and CLI. No GUI. All right. AWS and building scalable systems. So, and then we offer you an innovative and motivated team and agile collaborative atmosphere. So that's a little bit about Helbiz. So why did I also say about their information on collecting data? All right, here's why. They have a partner program. All right. So in this partner program, they got Telepass. You can partner in Miami. So if you're thinking about, you want to get in and have something in your city, you can start a partner program, or maybe you have something you're having an event and you want to partner or something like that for an event. So here you go. Let me see. There's one other thing. Yep. Here it is right here. Let's go here. Let me show you this. All right. They got Helbiz Analytics. So that's why I say they was collecting data, providing a data-driven solution for urban mobility challenges. So as you can see, they're collecting data, right? They're collecting data. They're doing analysis on that data. They're actually looking at I guess when your travel speeds, where you're going, what people are frequenting, and so forth. So again, and probably getting on their map. And remember, as you saw their vision, one of their visions was food delivery. If you remember that, right? It was on here. Was it on this one? No. Where is it at? Right here. So right here, remember, right? One of their visions was micro ability, advertisement, and payment and food delivery. So again, and they already have fleet services. So you have to think about, okay, if I want to deliver food for, say, Carrabba's or something like that, I can get my own fleet and deliver my own fleet in the city using this bike as a service, and plus I'm getting data. I can get data back on the delivery times, the amount of time it takes to get X, Y, and Z. So this is very good in terms of something you may want to get into. So that's Helbiz. Let me know what you think about Helbiz in the comments, if you're liking Helbiz. All right, so the next one we're gonna check out is Helbiz. Hey, this one doesn't look like Helbiz. That's what it look like to me. All right, so the next one is Spire. All right, Spire Global. All right, this is their website. Let me get their ticker. Their ticker symbol is SPIR. SPIR is their ticker symbol. That's their website. Let's go get a little bit information about them. All right, Spire Global, told you it was coming up. Leading global provider of space-based data and analytics, set to go public with a merger with Navsite Holdings. All right. So if you look right here, transactions valued the company at 1.6 billion post money equity value, and is expected to provide approximately 475 million in gross proceeds, assuming no redemptions. Includes an upsized and fully committed 245 million common stock PIPE, anchored by Tiger Global Management funds and accounts managed by BlackRock. Remember, I just did a big episode on BlackRock. So again, BlackRock got their hands in it, and BlackRock is huge, got a lot of money. Spire Holdings website, ticker holders, investors will hold shares in a combined company to be listed under the New York Stock Exchange under SPIR. This is as of live, this information as of March the 1st. I believe this is when March the 1st, right here is when that came out. Okay, so we're talking about Spire Global. Spire Global collects space-based data using a proprietary constellation of multi-purpose nanosatellites called LEMUR, Low Earth Multi-Use Receiver. Low Earth Multi-Use receiver. So we're gonna look up LEMUR satellites. We're gonna look that up too. All right, so let's look up LEMUR satellites. Let's see if we can get some. I spelled satellite wrong, but there you go. LEMUR. All right, LEMUR 2, the initial constellation of low Earth orbiting satellites built by Spire. These satellites carry 2 payloads from they're looking for meteor and ship traffic. That's what they say. The Stratos payload enables tracking ships worldwide by receiving their AIS signals. Nano satellites. LEMUR satellites is what they're using. All right, so let's go over here and look. This is how you get the ball rolling. AIS signals. AIS signals. Right. All right. So AIS. Okay. The U.S. Coast Guard Navigation Center uses it. Satellite ship tracking using AIS signals with MATLAB and Simulink. So if you were in the MATLAB, if you ever used it before, great opportunity probably to work at the company. Automatic identification system, marine insight, marine navigation. All right, so this is how the world of AIS, or automatic identification system, can often be confusing one to delve into with many questions. What is AIS? AIS is a automatic tracking system that displays other vessels in the vicinity, and it is a broadcast transponder system which operates in the VHF mobile maritime band. Your own ship also shows on the screen, as well as other vessels in the vicinity. So again, now they're going to using this with satellites to track. So that gives you an idea. Let's look at images. I always like to look at images so you can get a chance to see what the satellite may look like there. And here's it. at a smaller scale, when you're asking about nano, there you go. That's how small it is. You see, it's like it's sitting on a desk. So that gives you an idea of what that is. So this is Spire Global we're talking about here. All right. Also, Spire Global has a set of APIs as well too. So you can begin receiving data in less than a year. Simple subscription agreement. So there you go. You have a subscription agreement there. So that means you're paying. So they're making money off the subscription as well too. And I don't know if D dropped the links in there for you or not. That's Spire Global. Let me see if I got any more information on it. Nope. All right. So now let's hit up careers on Spire. So account manager in finance, they're looking for a compliance person. Weather engineering, they're looking for a forecast verification and analytics developer, lead software engineer, senior software engineer, space program engineer, DSP. DSP, you're probably more than likely going to be using that MATLAB. Software developer, Python and AWS. You hear it already. Python and AWS. I don't even need to look at it. Spacecraft lead hardware engineer. Let's look up staff security engineer. It's out of San Francisco and it's remote. Let's check it out. A little small on the screen. I see that. Blow that up a little bit. Okay. Art security best practices, tooling, automation, infrastructure to achieve comprehensive logging, monitoring, and alerting. You will be implementing modern identity and access management models, building security by default into our CI/CD pipelines. As much as I talk about this in our group, you already know what this is. And serving as a subject matter expert, read Leaked at Googling Things. Across diverse engineering organizations, ideally you will be co-located in Glasgow, is that how you say it? With the bulk of our platform as a service team and act as an expert resource in containerization, orchestration, and to software has and application teams. You're fulfilling this role in California or remotely within the United States. So you'll be working out of the team with guys. So that's a time zone. If you're thinking about this, there may be some time zone issues there, depending on how that works. You probably want to look into that. But everything we talked about in Women in Linux, when we talk about DevSecOps, securing pipelines and stuff, that's what this job is. And this is a staff security engineer. And we talk about containers and we talk about security of the pipelines. Where does the container come from? How to scan the container? How to use GitLab? How to use Travis CI? How to use Jenkins? How do you secure the code that's coming in? We talk about all of this. Integrate security technologies, best practices. We build from infrastructure and automation to containers and ground stations. And we'll talk about ground stations. I did that too. Shape, high speed, velocity, efficiency oriented DevSecOps. The list goes on. 5 years, computer science, experience with cloud, including networking, zero trust, secrets management, IAM, because they're in AWS. They're probably using Vault, probably using Console as well too. They're probably all in on CloudFormation, possibly, maybe. Orchestration and encryption at rest and in transit. At rest and in transit. Keep that in mind. So here we go. Terraform, boom, Vault, boom, Ansible, Chef, Istio, etcd, automatically, right? Development in Go, Falco. Again, when we're looking at these jobs, when I tell you look at the qualifications that they have, visualize it first. Understand how they put together their CI/CD pipelines, what they're doing. So when I'm looking at this and they're doing imagery and well, they got their satellites, of course they got some kind of API wrapped around somewhere. Something is feeding data back somewhere. I need to grab it. I need to analyze it. Probably need to scrub it. They probably have some compliance to scrub that data because there's no telling what they're collecting. And then they gotta, so when you're collecting data with satellites, there's different bands that you collect data in. That's why you saw that stuff with the AIS. So there are different bands of data. I don't want to get into this. We'll have to have a whole class about satellites and collecting data and bands. I don't want to get into that. However, I will get into this. You can see experience with FedRAMP, NIST 800 171, CMMC, and ISO 2001. The reason why this is a bonus is because the position is a staff security engineer. And as a staff security engineer, remember when I talk about CISSPs, you need to have that technical knowledge as well as understanding how to deploy stuff and understanding how to secure it. And all that needs to be in one pipeline. Okay, so this right here is a good example of what we talk about in Women in Linux and what we talk about every week. So this is a good job. This is a good job. This is a good job to get you get your hands really, really dirty in this job, especially when you're talking about encryption at rest and encryption in transit. And they already are using Terraform. Best believe they're etcd and Itch.io. Yep. Sidecar processes and so forth. Yep. So here we go. All right, so that ticker symbol for that one was SPIR, Spire Global. All right, we're moving on. We're going to talk about RKLB. They're called Rocket Lab. And Rocket Lab is a SPAC that's valued to go public at 4.1 billion. All right, so Rocket Lab. Let's go here, Rocket Lab SPAC. I had the link. I just wanted to do this live. All right. Here we go. Rocket Lab USA. Let's look up their SPAC. And when you go live, this is what happens. The SPAC doesn't come up. But never fear. I have links. Here we go. Let's grab it here. Bring it on over. All right. SpaceX is a pioneer. Similar company you can actually invest in is Rocket Lab. As you can see here, it's also one of the rare specs worth arguing over. This is This is on Market Watch. See, Church's Capital finally announced their stuff, but boom. But okay, Space Revolution right here, Rocket Lab. On the other hand, a well positioned that is being brought to public by SPAC by Vector Acquisition, VACQ, is in the second quarter is the history of spaceflight. The only two private companies have ever delivered this, and SpaceX and Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab is building a vertically integrated platform to enable the hundreds and soon to be thousands of companies building satellites, a simple, fast, and cost-effective method for launching into orbit. Here is Rocket Lab. Here's their launch. Rocket Lab has scaled to monthly launch faster than any commercial launch provider in history, and it only took the company 6 years. So they've been around for 6 years. So we got their launch. They started in 2014, if you can see on the screen here. All right, so let me get rid of this ad. Yep. All right, so you can see 2014 was their first venture. 2018 was the first flight to orbit. In 2020, they do monthly launch cadences into 2021. So they've been doing monthly launch cadences. Rocket Lab has launched 18 rockets into space, deploying 97 satellites, and even recently demonstrated the ability to recover the first stage of the rocket for use after later missions. The company's first rocket, Electron, is targeting the market that requires smaller payloads and customers requiring flexibility and launch times. So they've already launched 97 satellites. One industry forecast projects there will be 38,000 satellites around space. So there is a company out there, if you're thinking like I am, that actually is collecting space junk. So there's a company out there that is launching to collect space junk. So I'll talk about that another time. I'll write that down. and remind me in Slack to talk about space junk, because there's a company out there that collects. There's a couple of companies out there that collect space junk. Let's see. The customer is likely to help Rocket Lab capture a large percentage of small satellite market kick stage technology, perhaps Rocket Lab's biggest technical logical advantage. See, in addition to delivering satellite payloads, Neutron is to help develop to carry both resupply cargo and even astronauts. Neutron, I talked about Neutron a while ago. We talked about Neutron probably maybe the first episode with Falcon 9. You don't know if you all remember that. We talked about that. We talked about them a while ago. All right. So now what's cool about Rocket Labs, I think y'all would like this. Rocket Lab is offering scholarships. All right, they're offering scholarships. Rocket Lab has opened applications for its annual Rocket Lab scholarship to those eager for a future in innovation, space, and engineering. The Rocket Lab scholarship covers up to $20,000 in tuition fees. I think that's how you say it, for one outstanding student to pursue a degree or a course in STEM education. The recipients is also paired with a Rocket Lab mentor, giving them a rare opportunity for one-on-one experience with a world-leading space and engineering expert. So you can check out Rocket Lab. They have scholarships, so you may want to check it out. And if you got some students that are interested in space and so forth, check it out. It's closed for 2021. Don't mean it won't be open at the end of this year for 2022. And I would contact them, even though it's closed. I would contact them anyway, just to see when it's open, and just contact them anyway, just talk to them. Just, hey, what's up? All right. So here is their set of careers they have. All right. So precision cleaning technician, that's part-time. General applicants, it looks like they're out of New Zealand that they're doing this. Senior engineer ground systems, mechanical assembly, cost analysis. Let me load more here. Supply, flight engineer, senior reaction wheel, driver and logistics, operations software engineer, CNC programmer, operations software engineer. We'll look at the software engineer here in a minute. Lead engineer propulsion. Let's look at the software engineer. That's out of Long Beach. All right. Angular, TypeScript. They're in all three clouds, or probably got something in all three clouds here. Database design, full stack, understand Git, Redmine, ticketing system, Jira. Experience in small, agile teams, clean sheet design, architecture, Docker containers, NoSQL, Python, DevOps, probably DevSecOps, not just DevOps. All right. And we'll look at one more. Let's see if we can find one more interesting one. Let's see. Lead engineer, IT network engineer. All right, they're IT network engineer, 5 years in technical role, Cisco, Juniper, Windows, Linux, Ubuntu, virtualization, public-private cloud, understand security frameworks and technology, Azure, AWS, Office 365 based technologies, multitasker, outstanding attention to detail. You should have that in all jobs. Lead teams and also work independently as part of a team. So that's a little bit about what they have going on for that. And here is this. Here is like I'm gonna skip to the 1920 mark on here. 8, there we go. 7. This is the launch. 5. This is what they look like here. 3. Pretty cool. All right. So let's go. Let's go. All right, that was their launch. We did that. Oh yeah, we got one more link about them. All right, end-to-end space company, global leader to publicly trade through merger with vector acquisition, proven photon, blah blah blah. Okay, here we go. Like I said, business value rocket lab is to be 4.1 billion, pro forma cash balance of combined company of approximately 750 million. Rocket Lab forecast it would generate positive revenue in 2023, positive cash flows in 2024, and more than 1 billion in revenue in 2026. That's their prediction. They are going under the ticker symbol. Transaction is expected to close Q2 2021, and they will be RKLB. RKLB was their ticker symbol. All right, so the next one is Hyzon, and that's Hyzon. Let me grab this one. Hyzon, Hyzon Motors, the largest fuel cell material production facility. They are doing this in Chicago, so that means they bought some land. What's special about them? Hyzon is doing zero emission trucks. They're expected to do 12,000 of them annually. All right, here we go. Hyzon, leading supplier of zero emission hydrogen fuel cell power heavy vehicles, today announced plans to build a large fuel cell membrane electro assembly production line for commercial vehicles in the United States, as its new Hyzon innovation system is located in Bolingbrook, Illinois. So this is what I hear when I hear Bolingbrook, Illinois, and they're building. I hear jobs. I hear what people need to eat. I hear they need to have somewhere to have recreation, and they need a place to stay, and they probably need some hotels. All right, so I would be looking in the area to look up real estate. If you're into real estate, that's what I would be looking at. Hyzon plans to go public through a merger with Decarbonization Plus Acquisition Group, and that is DCRB, that group, and it looks like they got three symbols because they are a group. Publicly traded special purpose acquisition SPAC. All right, so that's a little bit about them. Let's get into like, you want to check out and see what one of the trucks looks like. One of the truck look like. Hold on, let me see which one is this. I think this is just more info here. Get you to their site. All right, this is what their website looks like. Let's click on the vehicles. So this is what their trucks. This is their heavy duty trucks right here. Range 400 to 600 kilometers. All right, you can go back to vehicles and look at the medium duty trucks. That's what this looks like. And then we can look the city coach. That's what their coach buses look like. All they need to do now is paint Greyhound or Trailways on the side. We'll be back in business. All right, so that's what their city bus and coach bus looks like. All right. All right, so now let's go check out their careers. Okay. All right, Bolingbrook, Illinois, remember? All right, senior accountant, administrative assistant, software and controls, vehicle technicians. This is what I got so far. Again, they're still building here. Let's look at perks and benefits. I didn't look at that last night. All right, so you get paid time off, 401k, potential stock options and bonus, healthcare, dental, vision, life insurance covers plans to cover you and your family. Documented equal policy pay, highly diverse management team, casual dress, cross-functional training encouraged, 401k, employee stock purchase, paid holidays and paid sick days. So that's a little bit about they're just getting started. So right now they only have 20 employees. They were founded in 2020. Globally they got 100, so there's room to grow for that. All right, so let me look. I think I don't know. Is this a glimpse of the build? I don't think so. Hold on. Yeah, this was just showing their trucks. It was just showing their trucks. All right, it says Hyzon chose Chicago area because it has many universities, provides a pool of high-tech talent to fill 50 jobs Hyzon expects to create. Chicago is also home to Argonne National Laboratory, a federal facility working toward decarbonization. We have an in-house world-leading mature MEA technologies that's developed over 17 years. No partners are needed for that part. However, we're expecting partnerships. I wouldn't be surprised if they start partnering with Georgia Tech or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised. And they chose Chicago, but I see them wanting to branch out of just Chicago. Plus, they're making it here locally. And under the Biden administration, they're looking for green. I expect for them to be locally in other cities as well too, and partnering with other colleges as well too, and looking to build. Well, since they can ship freight from Chicago to Atlanta, that's not too bad. So don't be surprised. Now here's where my wheels start turning. Is where do they get their parts from? Are they getting their parts locally in the U.S.? Can they have a facility? Who's gonna fix the buses? How do you train to fix those buses or those machines? Those machines start traveling outside of Chicago. Who's going to be able to fix them? Just my thoughts there. Just my thoughts. All right. So the next one we're moving on to is Beacon Street. All right. Beacon Street. They've been evaluated at They've been evaluated at $3 billion. Beacon Street. It's a SPAC. All right, Beacon Street is said to, and this came out March 2nd, said to on Tuesday, it agreed to go public, merging with a blank check firm, Ascendant Digital Acquisition Corporation, in a deal valuing the digital subscription services platform Performer for $3 billion. That was it on that one. I had to go do some more digging. Here we go. Netflix, a financial content, is going public with this SPAC. 60 million self-directed investors in the U.S. by account. That retail crowd. Beacon Street wants to be the giant in the field. It announced to go public. They don't have much on that, so I had to go here and look up some more info. This is from Yahoo Finance. So they're a subscription platform for financial research, software education, and they want to become publicly traded. So I'll repeat that. A leading subscription platform for financial research and software and education. They are going to be traded under the SPAC ACND Ascendant announced today that they have entered a definitive business combination agreement, which will result in Beacon Street becoming publicly traded. Here's some highlights right here. Robust rule of 50, revenue of 377 million, billings of 549 million, low CapEx, market leading platform with scalable, high value financial research in software and educational content and tools. Large growing total addressable market for an estimated of 191 billion in a market space that is ripe for innovation and disruption. Strong track record, significant market opportunity in the future because 72% of the millennials identify themselves as self-directed investors. Let's see what else about Beacon Street. That was it about it. The story continues, but you got the link. I'm not going to read all of it. You can go there and check that out. What we want to do now is go do what we always do. What are the careers? What is your technology stack? What are you looking for? All right. Careers. Current opportunities. Start your search. All right. Do like I always do. I just hit search. Sales, investor, managing, UI, QA, assurance manager, QA and training, financial senior director, senior web developer, cryptocurrency analyst. Let's look at these two, senior web developer and cryptocurrency developer. Remember who they are. They're financial backing. Well, let me check. I have not looked up to check for comments. I'm sorry, because I got a lot of content to go through and I haven't been checking it out. See, how's everybody doing? Tara, Will, you still here? Lance, I see you. Beauty for me, how you doing? Thank you and welcome to the group. Grenado Views, thank you, welcome to the group. Don't forget to join the Slack group. Don't forget to join the meetup as well too, meetup.com, where we go and train every Wednesday, and you'll get notifications as well too on that for our when and any other things that we may decide to do during the week or something like that. Sometimes we just get, a wild hair and just be like, let's go live. Never know. I don't know how I'm feeling sometimes. All right. So the senior developer is a full stack engineer, computer science degree, AWS, WordPress, MongoDB, SaaS, data-driven architecture, obsession with customer. Naturally, we expect semantic HTML markup, well-written CSS, and an eye for accessibility. It's called Stansberry Research. A solid understanding of data structures and algorithms. Okay, and also it says here that computer science or similar field is desired, but it's not required. So that means if you don't have a degree, that's not what we're not focused on. That we're focused on probably everything under here. Everything under here is what we want you to what we want you to know, and study data structures and algorithm, which you'll get that out of here, but you can go to a community college and learn data structures and algorithms and read if you really want to know the truth. But that's my take. Okay. All right. So the next one that was Beacon Street and the jobs. The next one is, I think you all are like this one. Is called SportsRadar. Oh yeah. Hold on. I said I was gonna do one more. I lied. Hold on. This one right here. Cryptocurrency analyst. All right. Actively follow crypto markets, research, analyze crypto assets, write research reports for publication to subscribers, manage and monitor portfolio positions, write portfolio updates, deep knowledge of cryptocurrencies, background in programming or crypto assets, strong math statistical and quantitative skills, can handle multiple complex issues and prioritize in demanding situations, bachelor degree in finance, computer science, data analysis, and related field required. So they're requiring a degree in a bachelor's degree in one of these. I don't think you're going to get a bachelor's degree in all of these. Just a FYI. All right, so here we're gonna skip over to SportsRadar, and it's a SPAC. And you know who's backing this SPAC? This SPAC is with Michael Jordan and Mark Cuban. And we have a question: what do you have for college students and IT majors? We got several things. I actually I'll call you on that. I know who you are. I'll call you on that. But for right now, it depends on the student. But I would say for right now, anything around compute. Well, it depends on the college too. Anything around programming, Linux administration, anything around AWS. I know some colleges are offering that earlier on as well, and it's college dependent. But that's where I would be aiming at. If somebody is not going to college, most definitely get into a trade school, a community college, and take some program. This is what I did. I tell you what I did that helped me. When I went to community college, I took programming classes. I took computer programming classes. I took Linux classes because I was already doing Linux, so I just wanted more information about it. But now you could take at the community college, you could take programming classes, and you could take cybersecurity, and you could take cloud classes, and you can do those at community colleges, right? Because a lot of these community colleges have partnerships with AWS, they have partnerships with Azure, and they have partnerships with Red Hat for Linux or CompTIA. I'm not a big fan. Don't shoot the messenger here, but I'm more of a fan of like AWS and Azure and GCP, and then Linux, not just Linux Plus, not under CompTIA, but just having that general knowledge of what those different clouds can offer and bring to you. Those are the things that I think matter, and those are the things that I think in general, if you are a student, a college student, and then you're looking for an internship, a lot of times you would coming out with those set of skills right there, you're gonna have probably more of advantage when you go into your internship, because you're gonna learn more you're gonna learn about those in your internship, depending on the internship. But you're probably gonna have an advantage because they can ramp you up quicker because you already have that knowledge. So now they can throw, things at you because you have a programming background and like I say, data structures and algorithms, Linux, and cloud, right? So programming, Linux, cloud as your 3 core base. Feeling froggy, getting into security and understand that, right? As a core base. And that's for any student under web development, full stack, back end, front end, just as a base. And you can do a lot of that at a community college over the summer just to get your feet wet. It's cheap. That's number one. And then two, you can just start saying, okay, well, it's the cheapest way to figure out if you even like it. this is the cheapest way to figure out if you even like it. So that would be my mindset, just to see, over the summer, like, does somebody offer a program on, cloud, working with AWS, and like, what is it? Do I even like it? Do I even want to do this? Explain the why, right? So for everybody, you have to explain the why. And we talked about this value stream mapping. We'll talk about it another time. I talked about it this week, but let's get back to SportsRadar. All right, they are evaluated between 10 and 12 billion. They have partnerships with the NBA, the NHL, MLB, and the NFL. So let's go look at some of their careers. All right. So they're looking at intelligence and investigative analysts. You have no idea why they're looking at that, right? So online betting, right? This is what this is. This is online betting and gambling. If anybody know about Michael Jordan in the past, you know he's a gambler. So is Mark Cuban. You know, it's not, these are not secrets. But again, AI. So again, investigative, you know, making sure nobody is taking, you know, gaming the system. IT system administration, integration, junior sales consultant, trading analyst for golf, QA automation engineer, senior architect, people partner, betting, DevOps specialist. They got everything. Product delivery, live data administrator, live data. Somebody analyzing data live. And these jobs were posted 4 or 5 days ago, so these are recent. Like they looking now. Trading operator, experienced BI developer, recruitment administrator, head of sports content and partnerships, client setup engineer, data scientist. I don't know what a bush hauler is. I don't know. What is that? And it is not in English. And I'm not going to use Google Translate, Dion. Not today. Not today. Not today. All right. Project management, we did that. It's a slew of jobs, so check them out. Scrum Master, like they want everything, right? So another thing about this particular company, SportsRadar, they just acquired this company here, Fresh 8 Gaming. All right. Betting made personal. The marketing automation platform for sports betting to automatically connect sports fans with personalized bets. All right. They just acquired this company. It is, hold on, let me show where there's at. I think it's on here. Let me double check. I think it's on this one here. All right. They jumped 20% in the merger. And I think they acquired them for 450 million. Don't quote me. Let me look up here. Let's look up Fresh. And that on that link there. All right. Maybe on this link. Let's see. Yep. Fresh. Okay. There we go. Fresh. Nope, not on that either. They just acquired them. That's how I found out about them. Yep, looking to go public, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I'll go back and find out how much they acquired them for. I think they acquired them for like 450 million. Just a FYI for that. All right. So that is SportsRadar. Did I give you their ticker? You probably may have to look up their ticker. Let's look it up real quick. Sports Radar SPAC. Yep, backed by Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan. Yep. Okay, Horizon Acquisition Corporation. That's who that's coming out of. HZON. HZON. That's who the acquisition is on with. That's probably, yep. So okay, look. Horizon is the second SPAC founded by Todd Bowley, a former Unium partner executive, the first version of Horizon Acquisition, which trades under the ticker symbol HZAC. SportsRadar could be a jewel among gaming SPAC deals. Yep. The company also says it provides data to 1,000 companies. So they got They're sending data everywhere. So, you know, check them out, and Dee can post these links. All right. So the next one that we have, and I'm not even sure how to say this. I'm just gonna post the link. I don't know if it's Qomplx. Don't get me the line. I don't know. You can tell me how you say. Are we just gonna say Qomplx? That's what we're gonna say. Is a leader in cloud native risk analytics. It lets to become a public company through a merger with TWND acquisition. They are approximately evaluated at 1.4 billion estimated post-transaction equity value, up to 280 million in gross cash. This was as of March the 2nd, and they are based out of Tyson's Corner, Virginia. Anybody that knows about Tyson's Corner, Virginia, you know there's a lot of money in that area. And they're cloud native, so you already know Tyson's Corner, Virginia. You already know. So I didn't even have to say anything, but here I read it anyway. It's a cloud native platform, rapidly ingests, transform, and contextualizes large, complex, and disparate data sources in order to help organizations better quantify, model, and predict risks in areas of cybersecurity, insurance, and finance. You already know. You already know who's using this. Their CTO and CEO is Crabtree, and CTO is Andrew Sailors. Special advisor to the Army, West Point graduate. He was elected first captain, Rhodes Scholar. See, Qomplx, deep cybersecurity and insurance domain expertise allows cybersecurity and other telematic data to be leveraged in broader insurance underwriting, exposure to management, loss mitigation, and risk finance application. So, telematics data. So, telematics data. All right. At the core, telematics is a system includes a vehicle tracking device installed in every vehicle. So those of you that have the device from, I think Progressive does it. All the insurance companies do it. You know, like you can blow on for your DUI, or it say you ride this for I don't know, is it 30 days or 3 months? So it can tell you, we can lower your insurance based upon your driving skills and so forth. This is it. It connects via vehicle onboard system and does diagnostics, or CAN bus port with a SIM card, and onboard modem enables communication through a wireless network. So what wireless network is that, and can it be sniffed? Anybody that was on the meetup knows how Bobby feels about wireless. This one's for you, Bobby. The device collects GPS data as well as an array of other vehicle specified data and transmitted GPRS, which is General Packet Radio Service, 4G mobile data, and cellular networks, or satellite or centralized server. The server interprets the data and enables it to display for end users via secure websites and apps optimized for smartphones and tablets. And they give you an idea of what that looks like, right? So the vehicle tracking device logs the location, sends that data is transmitted via cellular onto the cellular networks. Verizon Connect servers interpret the data. So there's some analytics going on with the data, because this data got to get interpreted. And they got to tell you probably some launch, some Latin launch, some location, which is your location information, sends it over, and then maps and then tracks what you're doing. And then they talk about how telematics is installed. I'll give you this link in case you want to look more about telematics. All right, so now let's look at careers in telematics. And I know we're going over time. I just got a lot to discuss. What am I looking for? Oh, did I miss something? Let's go. Let's see. Oh yeah, it dropped on top of it. Here we go. All right, careers and opportunities. Let's just hit. We don't even have to hit search. It's right here. All right, so security consultant, security engineer, security operations analyst, senior security consultant, engineering backend, dev ops lead manager, director of software engineering, full stack scalar, senior system engineer, SRE. You can imagine. So let's look at DevOps lead manager, then we'll look at director of software engineering. Hop down here to look at their stack. 8 years, AWS, AIS and PaaS, security, infrastructure, networking. Drop down here, you see Kubernetes, Docker, Linux chops, Kafka, storage, NoSQL, continuous delivery, GitLab, Argo CD. So GitLab, hey, I check my code in the GitLab. I have Argo CD to do some scanning on my containers. Proficiency in Go and Python or Ruby, Rust, Perl, shell scripting. Pick one. We just need your help. AWS cloud experience required. Solutions architect, that is a path inside of AWS. You can do the associate's path, probably just fine. Experience managing teams, multi team owns multiple technology systems. You will own the day-to-day management of those teams, where you're accountable for customer experience, project prioritization, software quality, and system maintenance. Help make trade-offs. Got a lot of responsibility here. Technologies you will use: Kubernetes, DCOS. You can look up DCOS. Terraform, Ansible, Nginx, AWS, GitLab, Docker, Kafka, Prometheus, Grafana, the ELK stack, Prometheus and Grafana dashboards, RDS and Cassandra. Boom, you already have it. What they're doing, our human plus AI operating system. So they have their own OS. So I wouldn't be surprised if they got another job in here that's helping write this. It's probably stable at this point, but there probably need to be some updates to it over time, and adding new features and so forth. So I would check them out. Full range of benefits: 401k, dental coverage, PTO, and plan and pay holidays. So QoS. So director of software engineering. Okay, assign learning activities, assist with development, process, and selection of technologies in collaboration with technology architects to achieve goals. Must reside in the area. 8 years. Lead, critical thinking, technical understanding of cyber, insurance, and finance domains. More than one is highly desirable. Looks like more leadership skills, ability to help push the team along, meet deadlines. Something to think about in case you want to go into it. Check it out. All right, so I did have something here on their YouTube channel. Let me see what that is. Oh, why do I have that? I don't know. That ain't it, huh? That one it. I don't know what that is. All right. Here we go with some coverage. Oh, and they have their competition. Their competition is C3.ai. You can check that out too. Yeah, there's expected value is 1.4 billion. So C3.ai is their competition. This is an enterprise AI. You want to check them out. Relatively doing the same thing. C3.ai. All right. Man, I got a lot. We ain't gonna get through all these. All right. I don't know if it's Wejo or Wejo. I'm not sure. I'm going with Wejo. All right, this SPAC is a British auto data startup. They're valued at 2 billion. Um, uh, they organize data from 15 million connected vehicles for clients for General Motors, Hyundai, and Daimler. It's not Daimler Chrysler. It's still just Daimler. It's still working to finalize the deal with special, or we'll say SPAC, with said resources. The Manchester-based company is being advised by Citigroup, right? And then they give a little bit more information into it here. You could go read that. I'm trying to speed through these right quick. Here is their website. Imagine a better world with connected devices, connected vehicle data. So think satellites, data. Where's all this stuff coming from, right? Mobility intelligence. They actually talk about. They give a demo here about how it works with their stuff. So you can check that out. Let's go over here to their careers really quickly. Job openings: product manager, business development manager, um, graduate assistant, business development manager, UK, commercial business development manager, all jobs. Not gonna accept that. D, I can hear you. Technical solutions engineer, VP of partner success, legal counsel, data analyst, product manager, people advisor, BDM, data engineer, senior data analyst, AVP, enterprise partnerships, ops, so forth. So just another one to check out. All right, I got a ton more, but I'm gonna skip 3 of these because I want to get these mentions in before 1 o'clock. I can tell you what I'm skipping. Man, hold on. So this one, I'm not gonna go through it. I'm just post these links and you can do the research. Cipher Mining, a newly formed based U.S. Big mining company to go public. They're going public here. They're evaluated at 2 billion. Do your thing. Do the research on them. All right. I'm just gonna post these links so you can have them. Another one. This one is called Hippo Enterprises. All right, Hippo Enterprises. This is merged. This one is going to be 5 billion. This is the ticker symbol is RTPZ. It's a valued insurance that values the insurance company technology. The deal that values the insurance technology company at 5 billion. Hippo offers homeowners insurance to consumers and says customers can get insurance quotes within a minute and buy a policy within 5 minutes. $2 billion in cash. I did not go into the careers because I figured I was going to start running out of time at this point. All right, so here's a little bit about that. 11.54 was traded. I did not look up stock symbols today. I didn't go and do my normal thing there. I knew it was gonna run out of time. So DeepGreen Metals. All right, DeepGreen Metals is a SPAC set to go public. This is aimed to produce metals for electric vehicles through a deep sea mining. Plans to go public. They're evaluated at 2.9 billion. This is to include 330 million infusion from investors, including Aussie's Mazrek Supply Service, Glencore. DeepGreen said in a statement on Thursday. As DeepGreen. Here is the link for their jobs. D can post this one. DeepGreen, here's their jobs. Training offshore, they have a scholarship, team assistant. You can go and do a little deeper dive on their site because again, they got multiple departments, right? So you can go do a deep dive there. This is the one I really wanted to get to, that's why I kind of sped up. Flipkart. Flipkart is evaluated at 35 billion, set to go public. 35 billion. This particular company. All right. Walmart's Flipkart is in early talks for U.S. listing. Expect to go public. Exploring going public in the United States through a deal with a blank check, SPAC. But we have been cleared that we can support the IPO. Walmart acquired a roughly 77% stake in Flipkart for about $6 billion in 2018. Again, this is 35 billion that they're looking at for that one, for Flipkart. All right, so here's my honorable mentions, and I got a little surprise for you at the end here. Wellstar Health System, honorable mention. SPAC D, if you just post all these links that I'm running through, just post them. Anything that's under the mentions tab, just post all of that. I'm just gonna run through it because I don't want to have it for next week because it'll be old info. All right, Agami, you can check this one out. This is a SPAC 2. Let's see, the enterprise performer 2020 and Q2. The acquisition has raised $100 million. Their ticker symbol VMAC. You can go through that link and check it out. But here's last but not least, and D can post all the other links. This is the one I really wanted you to know about. I don't know if you even caught this. I don't know if did anybody know that Tesla had a tequila? Did y'all know about that? Did anybody know that Tesla had a tequila? All right, so the tequila for Tesla is sold out. And since it's sold out, it's been a hot commodity. So if you can get your hands on it, probably I don't know, make you some money off of it. But here's what it's going for right now. Make it a gift. This is a Tesla tequila. And last but not least, let me see. I did the first two. Let me see what this one is. I just want you all to have these. Doma. Check this one out, please. This one is a real estate company. This one is going to blank check. This is $3 billion, and they included their debt. Check that one out. That one I didn't. That's a good one. This one here. There's still Doma, $3 billion. All right. And this one. And I'll come back with I have two more things to go through. Apple and Waymo veteran executive Tim joins I guess Avia as vice president of global supply and manufacturing, 30 years, blah blah blah. So the reason why I posted this is a leader in the 4D LiDAR. We keep talking about this LiDAR, but this one is 4D LiDAR, right? So just be aware of this as you're looking at stuff, so you can check these links out. All right, it was a fun field day. We went over our time. I think you all got good information. You see how the satellites, the number of satellites, number of satellite companies think space junk as well too. You see the different jobs, what's coming, the coaches, the coach buses, the scooters, the data analytics on those. If you go back to last week's episode where I started talking about data bricks, Databricks and Snowflake. Really start looking at those. And then also when you're thinking about this as well too, remember DevSecOps, CI/CD pipelines, AI. We even saw the one with the finance, with the cryptography analysis, right? The gaming, finance and insurance. So just all these things to think about. I want you to just be aware of. I appreciate you all out for hanging out with us today. I know it was a lot. I know, but I had to get it out, because if I don't get it out this week, it's going to be a whole bunch of information next week, and then I won't even be able to talk about the stuff that came out this week. I know this been a bad week for everybody, for the bad 2 weeks in the stock market, but again, just another way to make money. These things are coming out. You can get into them before they soar and get big and whatnot. Just thinking ahead, and you can work as well too. Employee owned stock purchase, blah blah blah. So again, thank you for coming out. Like, subscribe, tell a friend, tell your mama, tell your granddaddy. Even get your dog an account. If your dog got an account, make sure your dog likes and subscribes as well too. I'm sure somebody got a YouTube with their dog. Make sure your dog likes and subscribes on our YouTube channel. Anything I'm leaving out? Oh yeah, our anniversary. Don't forget to buy merch. We do have merch. And as well, we do have anniversary shirts coming out as well as anniversary gifts. Hopefully we get that out this week. If not this weekend. And the YouTube videos that we have for our meetups, we're chunking them up and uploading them. Sorry for the delay. It's just time. This is what happens when you're just trying to get content out. You see how much content I had to get out today. Help us get to 1,000. We'll see you next week. For those that are in our Slack channel, we'll see you in Slack. We'll see you Wednesday live, and then we'll see you next Saturday. Again, thank you for coming out, and see you next week.